Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It is Crystal here, and I wanted to give you another code review, and this is on Flax, multi-layer perceptron classifier, and we're going to be using sklearn's breast cancer dataset. So this is a binary classification, so you'll have either a 1 or a 0 as an output. And basically we're going to be using Flax. Flax is a library designed to work on, the library was on top of Jax. And you know, the recent videos that I've been making have been on Jax, but this particular Flax method is Flax helps you to create neural networks, and so that's why Flax is written on top of Jax. So you need to know how to use Jax before you can use Flax. That's one thing you need to know. So what we will do is we will commence with this code review, and I did it on Google Colab, which is a free online Jupyter notebook. And the first thing that we will do after we have created our Jupyter notebook is we will import the libraries that we're going to need. So the libraries that we're going to import are going to be Jax, which is going to create your neural network and give you deep learning functionality. Jax is similar to NumPy, but more powerful. So if you know how to use NumPy, then Jax will be a lot easier to learn, although there are some differences between NumPy and Jax. For example, Jax arrays are immutable, so that makes them more difficult to work with. And they say that, I was reading something somewhere that said that the Jax arrays are immutable for security reasons. And then we're going to import typing, which is a module in Python, and I haven't used typing a lot, but we're going to import sequence and tuple. So I don't know, I'm still learning how to use typing module. We're going to import Flax, which is going to create your neural network. It's going to create the MLPClassifier. We're going to import OptTax, which is going to give you your optimizer. And the thing about OptTax is whenever Flax first came out, Flax had its own OptTax, but it was deprecated. It was either Flax or Jax had its own OptTax, but it was deprecated, and now there's actually a library called OptTax, and this is what we're using in this instance. And then we're importing sklearn, which gives you machine learning functionality. So that's what we're doing with the breast cancer data set. I mean, what I could do is also here, because I don't see it here, we can import Matplotlib to visualize the data, which I don't suppose I have. And we can import Seaborn to further visualize the data as well. And I don't think I've done it on this particular Jupyter notebook. But after we have imported our libraries that we're going to need, we're going to set the seed, and seed equals jax.random PRNG key 42. And then we're going to load the data sets, load the breast cancer data set from sklearn into the program. We're going to define our x and our y variable. So x is data, y is target. Samples features equals x shape, and classes equals jnp.unique y. And what we can do here is we can analyze the target. And then so So we're going to say and then we're also going to create, we'll just say analyze data set. And then we're also going to create a heat map. So transforming it. I'm going to give it a go. Doing all this by memory. So we'll give it a go and see what it looks like. So we just got to let it start working. So you can see here, you got and you can see here we've got try this. Got it to work. Yay! So we'll run it again. So you can see here, here's our breast cancer. So you'll see more people had breast cancer than not, because obviously they wouldn't be going to the doctor if there wasn't a problem. But so we do have a class imbalance, and that's something that you can see. And then we've created a heat map, and what you can see in the heat map is the squares that are really light colored mean that there's a high correlation between those columns of data, but we're not going to do anything about that. If I wanted to, I could remove the highly correlated columns of data, but I'm not going to do anything about that. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to convert the NumPy arrays to Jax arrays. So x equals jmp.array x and y equals jmp.array y. And then we're going to calculate the standard deviation of x. So mean equals jmp.mean x. stddev equals jmp.stdx. And then x equals x minus mean over stdd. So there you go. You've got the x variable is standardized. And then after the x variable has been standardized, what you want to do is you want to use sklearn's train test split to split the x and the y variables up into training and testing data sets. And so you can see that we've got training and testing data sets. So after that, what we've done is we have created our multi-layer classifier in Flax. And so the features is going to be sequence int equals 5, 10, 15, 1. So the int is an integer. 5 is your first layer of your bias, or 0 layer of the bias. 10 is the first layer. 15 is the second layer. And 1 is the third layer. So this is a binary classification problem, so that means 1 is going to be the final layer because it's a binary classification problem. And then what you're going to do is you're going to define your module called setup, and it's self.layers equals square brackets linen.dense brackets feet brackets for feet and self.features. And then you're going to design another function, and it's going to be called call, and x equals